There are key items that I think every woman should have in their handbag. So in this video, I'm going to break it down so that you can up your handbag game if that's what you need to do. Hi guys, my name is Serena. Welcome to my channel. I'm really glad you've stopped by. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. Today I want to look at key things that I think a woman should have in her handbag so that you're not caught short when you need certain things. It's not really something that you're taught per se. I mean, I know I wasn't taught, and it's not really something that you talk about, but I do find some people often don't have what they need, and it can be a source of frustration. So I thought this video would be really useful. It's something that I have looked for in the past, so it's not just I'm not just making it for making sake. It's definitely something I've looked for, and I feel like if it's something that I've looked for, then other people could definitely benefit from it. So today we're going to look at key things that I think a woman should have in their handbag. You ready? Great, let's go. First, I want to say that I think you should never overload your handbags. And I know as women, we are guilty of bringing the kitchen sink, like so many things. I do this. I've actually ripped or caused the handles on handbags to sort of come loose and the threading to come loose because I've stuffed my handbags with so many things that I didn't actually need and then didn't have things that I needed. And it's just not good for your back. It's not good for your posture. It's not good for your shoulders. So wherever you can, try to go for smaller sizes of things, pocket sized things, but things that you need. With that being said, let's go to the first item, which is a pack of tissues. I think it's really important to carry tissues with you for the obvious reasons. If you sneeze or your nose gets a little bit runny or something spilled, whatever you may need it for, tissue is useful. We use tissue every day, or if somebody needs a tissue and you can give it to them, then that's also useful. But everybody, I think, should have a pack of tissue in their bag. Number two, I would say lip balm and or lip gloss, or both. I tend to use both, so I normally put my lip balm on first and then shine it up with a little bit of lip gloss. Nobody likes dry lips. Nobody wants dry lips, okay? And the weather, I mean, I live in London in the UK, and the weather, you could literally have 4 seasons in I was gonna say in one day, but you could have that in an hour sometimes. And that plays havoc with our skin, it plays havoc with our hair, and most definitely our lips, because our lips are a bit more delicate. So I think it's really important to have some lip balm, and if you like to shine it up, some lip gloss. You don't have to have lip gloss, that's just an extra little shine. But some lip balm so that you can keep your lips moisturized, you can minimize chapped lips, and you can just look and feel good. So make sure you have some lip balm and lip gloss as well if you want in your handbag. Number 3, hand cream. So many people have asked me for hand cream over the years. Oh, Serena, do you have cream? And I always have cream. I mean, I didn't used to. When I was younger, I didn't, and I was the one asking. And then it dawned on me, why not just buy your own and have it in your handbag for when you need it? So I did. But yes, hand cream, I think, again, the weather is unpredictable. We go from warm cars to cold outside, or to air-conditioned buildings and all these things, and it can wreak havoc with our hands and make our hands dry. We wash our hands. If you're like me, you wash your hands really regularly. I forgot to hold it up. And as I said before, as you can see, if you can find like small sizes, that's better, because it's better for your shoulders and for your back. And sometimes you might see a small size and think, oh, how long is that going to last me? But oftentimes they're quite concentrated, so they do last quite long. But yeah, just having dry hands, washing your hands very often, sanitizing your hands, all these different things can cause your hands to be really dry. So it's really good to have some hand cream to be able to moisturize your hands throughout the day. Number 3, hand cream. Number 4, I'd say if you use it, some form of deodorant or antiperspirant, whether it's spray or roll on, or some people use bars. I know some people use like crystals. I'm sure I've seen some people use like sort of crystals, but whatever you use in a smaller size, so maybe go for the travel size. And I just think it's a useful thing, again, to have in your handbag. Throughout the day we sweat, you know, as I said before, we can go from a hot room to a cold room. It's hot outside, it's cold outside. Excuse me, if you have a busy job, you could be running up and down and you sweat. It's a normal part of life, sweating. We sweat so that our body can cool down, but obviously when the sweat dries, it can smell. So you want to try and manage that as best you can. So if you can find a smaller size, a travel size of the deodorant or antiperspirant that you use, I think that's a really useful thing to have in your handbag. So when you go to the toilet, just refresh under those armpits and you are ready to go. Number 5, and this is for if you wear it or you can wear it, some sort of perfume or body mist or some sort of body spray, something to add a nice scent to your body and to your day. Now, I know that some people don't use perfume because they can't. For some people that I know, it messes with their sinuses. I know one lady who she can't wear perfume because it gives her a migraine. So as I said, is if it's something that you can use, then a bit of perfume, and it kind of feeds on the last point that, you know, we go through the day, we get sweaty, we rush around, we go in and out of rooms, our clothes, our skin can absorb smells. So sometimes when you go to the toilet, you might want to freshen up. And then as you do the deodorant, you also give a spray. Now, again, I would go for, this is one that I take in my bag. I would go for things that are small. This is really light and really small. And I've also got a body mist that I take as well sometimes. Very, very light and very small. What you could do is have your main perfume that you keep at home, and then go for a travel size or even sample sizes. You know, when you go to the department stores, if you're buying a scent, you could say, could I have a couple of sample sizes as well? And they're usually like about that big, and they're really handy and compact to keep in your handbag, so that you just give a little spray. So you would normally spray before you leave the house, and then throughout the day you can just refresh. But it's just a nice thing to have. And you know, when you spray a scent, after a while your excuse me, after a while your nose gets used to the smell, so you don't really smell it anymore. So it's nice to refresh. And actually, on a TMI note, when you need to go to the toilet to do your business, if you need to, we all need to do it, let's not be shy here. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of spray, especially if the toilet doesn't have any, what do you call those things, air fresheners and whatnot. If I know I need to do that, then it's nice to leave a little nice scent behind instead of an unpleasant one. So it's about you being considerate as well. And loads of people have said, oh, Serena, do you have any spray? Oh, I feel a bit sweaty. And then they take my body spray or my perfume and give themselves a little spritz. So I think it's a really useful thing to have in your handbag. Number 6, a mirror. A mirror. I've got this small mirror. And one side is like a magnified mirror and the other side is just normal. Yeah, I'm looking okay. But I think a mirror is so useful, and it's very small, it's very compact, and it's quite light. So, you know, it's something that fits easily into a handbag. But of course, a mirror for obvious reasons, just to check yourself, make sure everything's all right. I think that in the UK, we are definitely a polite and awkward nation. So if somebody's eating something and a little bit of something gets stuck in their teeth, we don't tell them, and we can be talking to them and looking at it for ages. And then you go into the toilet and you're like, oh, I just spoke to 15 people and I had a bit of lettuce in my teeth. It's not nice. It's not nice. So whenever I eat something, I just whip my mirror out and just have a quick check and think, am I good? Yeah, I'm good. Or, oh no, I'm not. Let me go to the toilet and sort myself out. But it's just a good thing to have, just to check. And yeah, sometimes I know back in the day, people just used to use their phones, but I don't think it's as effective when you use your phone. I think it's still good to have a mirror. So definitely a pocket mirror for your handbag. So number 7 kind of follows on from the point that I was making about the mirror. Some dental floss or some of those dentist sticks, whichever you prefer. But I think it's a really useful thing to have in your handbag. And again, very small, very compact, very light. But we eat things get stuck in our teeth. And you don't want to spend the day like, and you can't get it out, or you can feel something and it's really annoying and you can't get it out. You're trying to drink water and use your tongue and you can't get it out. Go to the toilet and it's done. You know, it's super, super useful. So I definitely think every lady should have some dental floss or dentist sticks in their handbag to use as and when they've needed it. And for the record, nobody has ever asked me for that. This one is definitely more personal for you, but I think it's a really useful thing to have. Number 8, a pen. Now, I know that most of us write things on our phone and take notes, but we still need pens. Like a good few times in the day, people say, oh, Serena, do you have a pen? And we all have smartphones, but sometimes we need to write things down or sort of draw things out or whatever. So it's really useful to have a pen, and usually nobody has a pen apart from me. That's all, my pens go missing and I have to continuously replace them. But I think it's really, really good to have at least one pen in your bag for when, as and when you need it, because we do still write things down on paper. We do still need pens sometimes. I think it's a useful thing to have in your handbag, with a lid, of course, so that no ink spills, or get one of those ones where you just click it after you finished using it so that the ink, the ball part of the pen goes back up. But definitely have a pen. Number 10, I think it would be really useful to have some nail clippers, and just some small ones. So, you know, when you go in the shop, you can buy ones that are literally that big, but I think it's really useful. Just even this week, one of my colleagues, she was on her way to work and she fell back and she broke her nail. She had quite long nails and it was like broken like that. And she didn't have a nail clip on her, so she couldn't sort of trim it, whatnot. And she was worried it was going to catch and she was going to scratch herself. And it just reminded me, oh, it's good to have a nail clipper with you for things like that. Sometimes just skin, you know, loose skin and things in between us getting manicures, if we do, or just us in between our nail care. But I definitely think having a small nail clipper is a really useful thing to have in your handbag. And finally, I think it's useful to have some mints. And this video is not sponsored by anyone. This is just what I use. I'm not getting paid to use any particular brands here. This is just the things that I have. So just saying that now. It's just the things that I use. But again, I think it's really good to have mints. It's just nice to have fresh breath. You know, throughout the day, we eat things, people drink tea, people drink coffee, we have lunch, we do different things. And all those things can alter the freshness of our breath. I think that's the nicest way to put it. And so it's nice. I know some people like to use chewing gum, but I don't know, chewing gum is a bit of a funny one because I don't like to just be chewing in front of people. That's just me. But if chewing gum is your preference, go with that. But I think it's nice to have a mint that you can just eat and then swallow, and then, you know, it just refreshes the mouth, most definitely. So if you don't already carry some mints, and again, it's not heavy, they're not heavy. You could get the smaller ones, you know, what are they called? The Tic Tacs. So they're even smaller, very small but very strong. But it's good to have mints in your bag as and when you or somebody else may need it. So there you have it. Those are all the basic things that I think you should have in your handbag all the time, and go for the smallest size that you possibly can, so that it's not too heavy, it's not a burden on your shoulders or your back or even your neck. You know, you feel comfortable, but you have everything you need to get through the day and feel fresh and feel feminine and feel fabulous. I don't know why I said fabulous. I just, a bit of alliteration. You guys are with me. But I think those are the basic things that every woman should have in her handbag. And then as and when you need, you add things like, for example, in the summertime, you could think, okay, let me make sure I always have my sunglasses in my bag, or a little bit of sunscreen, you know, or whatever it is that you may need to add as extras. But the things that I've mentioned are the things that I think you should always have in your bag. I really hope that was useful. If there's anything you think that I've forgotten, or you think that is really important and should be a staple in your handbag, let me know in the comments below so we can share. And whoever needs to hear this, you have heard it. You're doing great. You're going to have great. Oh, what I should have said as well is with hand cream, if you can, because some people can't always, but if you can get some really nice scented ones, if you don't have super sensitive skin, it's just a nice smell. It just adds a nice smell. You know what I'm talking about. It just adds a nice smell. So I hope you found this useful. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.